Hey, it's Ash from Revolution Me, and I'm doing this video about angry vegans because there are some people who say that vegans who are angry bring a bad name to the movement and make the rest of us look bad. And I just wanted to clear up a couple of misconceptions about this, because anger is not inherently a bad thing, and there is a very good reason why vegans appear to be so angry. Let's just think about anger for a moment. Anger happens because we think that other people should be doing things that they're not. Imagine the dog meat trade. Now, if you live in the Western world, you probably think that the dog meat trade is a terrible thing, and it probably makes you very angry. That's because you think that people should not be consuming dogs. Now, that is exactly how a vegan feels about all animals. Vegans get angry because we live in a world where not only is animal exploitation accepted and tolerated, but it's even celebrated. And we're surrounded by it. I mean, less than 1% of the world is actually vegan. So 99% of people are engaging in these practices that we find ethically abhorrent. And anger is a natural response to all of that. Now, anger in and of itself is not a bad thing. It's just an emotion, right? The reason people think anger is bad is because of what people do when they're angry. And that might be to do something violent or say something cruel. But anger is just a feeling, and it's what we do with the anger that counts. Anger is a very energetic emotion, and it gets us all revved up. So we can either diffuse that by getting aggressive, or we can turn that energy into a force for good. And anger is what motivates people to do stuff. So whether that's putting stuff on social media, making videos, writing posts, writing books, making songs, doing poetry, art, I don't know, there's so many different outlets for emotion. There's so many different ways to express your emotions. Another thing to think about is that judging people as angry, it's a very subjective thing, because we might look at a person's video and think, oh, that's a very angry video. But someone else might look at it and just say, oh yeah, that's neutral, or it's passionate, or it's just, or it's sarcastic. Just because you perceive something as angry doesn't mean that it is so. And just because someone puts something up on social media that appears angry doesn't mean that they're an angry person, and it doesn't mean that they live their whole lives in anger. Because yes, if we live our lives with a lot of anger, it's very bad for us, especially if we suppress it. Suppressed anger can lead to a lot of health problems. But when we feel angry, if we accept it, if we normalize and validate our feelings, and then we express it in a healthy way, then it can actually be good to feel angry from time to time. So I think we need to get away from this idea that anger is bad and that we need to avoid it, because a bit of anger is good. A bit of anger is often what gets things started in the world. It's often the reason that revolution happens. I've heard of someone actually say that if you get angry and if you say something that's angry, then you're actually a bad vegan. And this, oh my gosh, this couldn't be further from the truth. And I think it's such a dangerous road to go down, because veganism, yes, the ideal of veganism, which is to do no harm in our words or our actions, it's a great thing to strive for. In practicality, though, it is unrealistic, because simply by existing, we cause harm to others. Like, I might right now be stepping on microscopic creatures that I don't even know about. I might eat some salad and there's a bug on it and I don't even realize. I might say something in the heat of the moment that I later regret. So the implication that we need to be perfect in action and thought in order to be a real vegan, I think it's just setting up this whole idea of a perfect vegan, which doesn't exist anyway. And that's the reason that a lot of people don't become vegan, because they think that it's too difficult, because they have to strive to this ideal that they can never achieve. And honestly, I don't think that we should hide the fact that as vegans we do get angry sometimes, because if we never show our anger to the world, then when people do become vegan and they start to feel angry, then they'll think there's something wrong with them. Right? Hiding our emotions, isn't that just being fake? If we try and put on like a happy mask and pretend that as vegans we never get angry, that's not really showing all the all the different facets of veganism. And I think that it's important that we show that vegans do get angry. We're human, just like everyone else. Anyway, these are my thoughts on anger. I reckon if you're an angry vegan, or if you experience anger, just remember that it's fine to be angry from time to time. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It means that you're human. And all of us at the end of the day are human. We feel the emotions. Feeling emotions is not a bad thing. It's what we do with them that counts. Anyway, I'd love to hear your opinions on this, so feel free to leave me a comment, and I'll catch you in the next video.